Hi Taurus, welcome to your March monthly reading. I laid out all your cards as you normally know I do, and I meditate on them. I do 9 cards for the monthly, and then you could come back and listen to your mid-month, and then I do just 6 cards because it's half the month. But with that said, this was a really, really hard reading for me, Taurus. I almost didn't know if I wanted to talk about this because this was an extremely difficult reading for me. I started getting a little bit nervous and anxiety ridden when I was reviewing this, and the feelings that I was getting, not to the point where it was sad. It was just something very hard for me to read and do. Now, mind you, there's a million Taurus out there. You know if this is your story, and if this resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, please listen to your moon and your rising, as they may clarify, complement, or resonate better with you guys. You know the whole entire spiel. Now, with that said, I'm going to get right into it. And what we're going to do is the top row is usually for me, the beginning of the month, the middle of the row is the middle of the month, and the bottom is the end of the month. And then I crisscross to see how they align, and if we could get more messages that way too. Now, overall message that I got for influence for the month of March was the Knight of Cups. This is you receiving messages of love or about feelings, and something that you were waiting to hear or are waiting to hear. You're waiting to hear for messages of love. I heard waiting. I don't know why I heard waiting, but anyway, let's begin. So we have the Seven of Swords, the card of cheating or stealing or taking away from. So somebody, now mind you, you know this crisscrosses. This could be you or it could be them. Energies ebb and flow, and I grab onto an energy and I do a reading for that. You know who this applies to. Seven of Swords is the card of stealing, getting away with something. Now this could be at work, this could be with money, this could be at a job, this could be a relationship. But overall, I'm feeling heavily that this is relationship reading. This isn't really work related. This is definitely something incredibly emotional, and it was emotional for me to even do. Now, moving on, we have Temperance. Temperance is Archangel Michael stepping in to bring balance and restore balance into your life, and or to guide and help you. This is your fate stepping in, Taurus, to advise or best assist you. The Hierophant in reverse. A relationship is either divorcing, breaking up, or ending, or this is you very much going on an approach to life, or having to go on an approach in life in an unorthodox type of way. Not the norm. Definitely not the social norm. This is you going against the grain or needing to go against the grain. Doing something not the typical way of doing something. Middle of the month, King of Pentacles. This could be you. Or you're dealing with somebody like you. That's a male Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, a little bit older than you if you are dealing with somebody that's in your elemental older than you. Light hair, salt, pepper, gray hair, or somebody dirty blonde hair. If not, this is you females with that energy. Or males, this is you specifically so. In the middle of the month, you have the Empress card. Overall, for me, this is a great omen. I don't care if it's in a good context, bad context, don't give a shit. It's a good omen. This is starting a new project, a new beginning. Somebody's pregnant. You're talking about getting pregnant, having a family. But in this regards, it goes downhill from here. I'm just going to pre-warn you. But I don't want you to know that this is all bad, because you're obviously here. You need guidance, and this is what the Tarot does. Forewarned is forearmed, on how to help us get over the hump or being stuck. Now, I'm hearing a lot of unwanted pregnancy. So some of you guys were having an affair, and that person got pregnant. Or vice versa, this is you who got pregnant with somebody that's already taken, or this was somebody you just met and you're pregnant now and you don't know how they're going to take it. So, you're waiting to hear the good news from that person, like, discussing this pregnancy. You're not going to hold back. You're obviously going to speak about this. Now, a lot of you are confused by this new thing that's going on. And if this is a project or this is something at work and this is creative and you're starting your own company or something along those lines, again, this can relate to you guys. This is just saying you're going to go about it in an unorthodox way. So those of you that are pregnant, maybe it's not, the typical way you would go about having a pregnancy, but you're going to have to go about it in a different way. Some walk up the stairs, some walk down. If this is work related, you guys, and you're starting a new project, a new creative project, or a new company, or a new business, or a new relationship, it's going to be something very unorthodox, very, very different. Whatever it is, it's going to bring in confusion for you. Because and these came out together, so I had to read them together. This is an invitation, or this is an offer, or a blessing that is absolutely confusing you, and you don't know what to do with it. You have your back turned to it, so it already tells me that this is like you feeling as if this isn't going to go well, that this is a disaster, that some of you are married and now you got pregnant because you had an affair, or it's vice versa. Or, you started, you made a promise to start a business venture and now you can't go back on your word. It's something like that. And now it's confusing you. You don't know what to do. Do you move forward that way, or do you move forward the other way? Or what do you, any cup you turn over, you feel like it's life-changing. Whatever it is, you don't like the situation that you've been put in. But believe you me, guys, this is a blessing in disguise, because down here at the bottom of the cup, this is Archangel. Your Archangel stepping in, your fates, to give you this opportunity. And this is why you had Archangel Michael in the beginning of the reading. But whatever this came from, this was born from some sort of form of deceit. You guys know who this is. Now, mind you, why you might not be excited about this invitation, this offer, this new company, this new business, or this new pregnancy, is because your cups are already full. You're like, I don't need any more, thanks, bye. But it's not that way. It's like I always say, who wants a car accident? Nobody. They just happen to us. But in the end, your insurance doesn't go up. The other person pays for all your bills, and or you get a brand new car. I mean, that's a shitty example, but you get my meaning. You know what I mean. Blessings in disguise come in many shapes and forms. It's not something that you want, but if your fates are stepping in to give you this, they're helping you, forcing you on the pinwheel of life, where the center dot is your true north being your full ultimate happiness. They're putting these obstacles on your road, or these situations on your road, to give you a lesson, to course correct you to find your true north, or to actually nudge you and tell you, hey, this is what you need in your life, to course correct you to find your true north. Now, at the end of the month, we have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is talking about these burdens. You're thinking about all of this, how it's going to change your life, all the sacrifices that you need to make, and all these responsibilities that are now put forth onto your plate. Now, the Eight of Swords also tells me you're feeling kind of stuck about it. What do I do? Shit, this person's pregnant. Shit, I made this offer and now it's moving forward. Oh God, whatever it is that you think that you don't have the resources, the manpower, or the willpower to do it, you will. Because she's blindfolded looking into a mirror. Here you are. This is you just being normal. The swords are in your mind. You bound yourself mentally. It's just a hump in your life. You just got to get over the fence. Just got to hop over and, deal with it. And you will deal with it, because this is a 9, and this tells me you're towards the end. But let me tell you, your last card, the outcome of March going into April, you do have the Tower. So the Tower is a complete collapse of your foundation. Whether it is work-related, whether it is your marriage, whether it is your relationship, whether it's your family, and you're like, Mom, Dad, I'm pregnant, but I need to live with you because, he's not in and I'm thinking about keeping the baby, per se. Some of the scenarios are like that. Whatever it is, guys, for a lot of you, your foundation is going to crack and break. But in order for Archangel Michael to step in, he's either going to guide you to help you deal with this, or this really needed to happen for you to deal with whatever this scenario is. I'm not going to go more into that because we're just going to have to wait and see what your mid-month is telling me, or what happens in April. Now, I just want to quickly go down the line. Beginning of the month, Seven of Swords. Dealing with deceit or cheat or betrayal. And this is you, Taurus. Or you're dealing with another male, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus like yourself. And you dealing with the burdens of whatever this deceit or betrayal was, or the sacrifices that you need to make. But there is going to be some form of a sacrifice. Archangel Michael, beginning of the month, middle of the month, a blessing in disguise. Make no mistake, this new, whatever it is, this creative project, this new company, this new business, this child. Most of you, this is a child. And you feeling stuck by it. You're terrified. Do I have the money? Do I have the resources? This is an unwanted pregnancy. Oh my God, this project's going forward. I didn't expect it to do that. It was just like a bluff thing. It's going forward, whether you like it or not, guys, and you're going to have to deal with it. Because it's not something that's orthodox. It's not something that's been done before, and or because it was unwanted or it's not typical. Maybe, you're having a pregnancy outside marriage, or maybe you're just having a baby without your partner and you're pregnant and you're going to do it on your own. You don't care. This is you having a family, not getting married. Whatever it is, you guys know what the situation is. The middle of the month is having to make that choice and being confused by this choice that you weren't expecting, this invitation that was unsolicited or unwanted. And at the end of the month, the Tower, a complete collapse of your foundation, whether it's your family, your job, or whatever it is. But it needed to happen. Because it's going to happen. Because if you were skirting it or avoiding it, the universe is going to make it happen. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And it's meant to be because, it's so interesting, this ring that just flew off my finger. It says love. So I know that this is love related, and there's going to be if you're pregnant, congratulations, first of all. Believe me, it takes a village, and you'll have that village supporting you. I don't know why I just said that. I just heard it and I'm transmitting it. It's love. And you're doing this out of love. You're doing this out of the courtesy of your own self, on your own behalf, because you love yourself. All too often I'll tell people, I give you 5 seconds for you to give me 3 people that you love most in this world. And they'll name off all these people. And you know what they won't say? Is themselves. They forget themselves on that list. And that's what you need to do. You need to honor yourself in whatever the scenario or situation is, Taurus. Overall, I still think that this is what I'm hearing. Blessing in disguise. Receiving good news. Receiving a blessing in disguise. Or you waiting to hear news by the other person. Why is the Seven of Swords here? Please clarify the Seven of Swords. Why do we have this over here? Please clarify Seven of Swords. Only the positive angels for Team Taurus. And only them I invite you. Yes. Okay, so you have the Eight of Swords in reverse, clarifying the Seven of Swords. So this is you feeling the betrayal, you're feeling the deceit, you're feeling the cheating, or if this is you, you know best. And this is you trying to get yourself out of it, trying to get yourself unstuck. You're mentally trying to say to yourself, okay, I've got to do something now because it's no longer about me. I'm responsible for other people that are involved in my life, even if that is work-related or you're married or your love life and or if you're pregnant. Now all of a sudden your responsibilities have expanded and you realize you're dealing with other souls externally, that you've got to deal with it. So you're forcing yourself this is you forcing yourself to take off the blindfold and deal with this deceit or betrayal or whatever it is. Only Taurus, you guys know. Why is Temperance here? Please clarify Temperance. Please clarify Temperance for us. Yes. Okay, so somebody walked away. Whether it was you or them, somebody walked away. But Archangel Michael is reintroducing the situation. So maybe you recently got pregnant and you broke up with your boyfriend or whatever, and boom, you find out you're pregnant. You're like, oh my God. Oh my God. Or something along those lines. You walked away, but Archangel is coming in. to bring this person back or reintroduce the situation or help you deal with this betrayal or this deceit, because somebody walked away. Let's keep going. Why is the Hierophant in reverse? Please clarify the Hierophant in reverse. Thank you. Wow. The Empress in reverse. Guys. Yeah, this is for me, I'm sorry. This is a pregnancy out of wedlock. This is a pregnancy out of wedlock for me. Or not doing it in the social norms, or not doing it how it's typically done. Or if this is work related, guys, and this is a project and you started a new company, it's on the DL. Totally. And it's an unorthodox approach to how you're going to do it. But that's like 25% of you. This is mostly for somebody that's dealing with a family issue of pregnancy and in that regard. Or, you know, maybe you guys are having a pregnancy and you are married and you're trying to have kids and you're doing it in an unorthodox type of way, like IVF or something along those lines. Like you're taking different types of measures. You could be adopting, whatever it is in that case scenario. Why is the King of Pentacles here? Because crowning the whole entire reading in the dead center is the Empress upright. Why is the King of Pentacles here? Please clarify the King of Pentacles. Thank you. Yep. Yep. Three of Pentacles over you guys. I'm sorry, but somebody cheated. Because there's a third party situation. Because above this card was the Seven of Swords. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's a third individual involved in your scenario, in your world. Or you need to work with a third party. So if you're that group of people where I said, okay, you're trying to have a child in an unorthodox way, you're going to need a third party to do that. Some of you are getting counseling, third party. Or this is third party, somebody's cheated. But this is also you working with them. So, let's keep going. Why is the Empress here? Please clarify the Empress. Our holy beloved Empress. Why is she here? Oh, of course. Okay. Nose itchy. Not going to like what I'm saying here, but actually, I just told take this card, and I am. Just let me pick up the rest of the cards, guys. These were like this, too. And I heard take them also. And then I'm going to stick them back in to see if they fall out again. Now, because this is such a big deal of a reading for me, in the center of the whole entire reading, which was the Empress, the pregnancy or trying to get pregnant or the beginning of a new creative project. Nose is itchy on the nose. King of Swords. Either this is with somebody that is a Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You're dealing with this individual. So either you got pregnant by this person, or this is your partner, or this is the person you're doing this pregnancy with. Or project, or partner, but it's a burden. A heavy-duty burden. Whatever it is, this is a burden for you guys, whatever this is. Unfortunately. And the two cards that I told you that fell upright on the floor, that I just felt like, this is unwanted news. This is unwanted information. So, and Archangel Michael, he's bringing it about. So believe you me, guys, I think this is definitely destined for you. This is part of your destiny. Part of your life. Four of Cups and the Seven of Cups. Let's see what's going on. Why is the Four of Cups or the Seven of Cups? Like I said before, this was like really hard for me. As I was meditating on it, I was like, Seven of Cups here. Thank you. Wow, yeah, guys. This is huge for you guys. Huge. The World. Ending of a cycle, beginning of a cycle. This is a whole brand new chapter. Once you decide regarding this unwanted news and or invitation of something that's come into your life, it is going to begin a whole entire brand new chapter, a whole new cycle. Brand new. Smack dab in the middle of March. Why is the Nine of Wands here? Please clarify, Nine of Wands. Top card, Nine of Wands. Thank you. Oh my God. Cannot even. The Seven of Swords came out again regarding the Nine of Wands, which was all the way up the line. Here we are. Seven of Swords. This is you being burdened by whatever this cheat or betrayal and deceit was. It's fallen upon you now. It has become your responsibility, whatever this deceit or betrayal or this cheating situation. It has become part of something that you need to sacrifice and or deal with. Why is the Eight of Swords here? Oh, why are they sticking? One more time. Why is the Eight of Swords here? Here you are again. You feel stuck. King of Pentacles. Or you feel stuck with somebody that's your fellow earth sign. That's a male. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. More or less this is you. This is you feeling absolutely stuck. You came out again. The whole end of March just tells me that you're dealing with something on a level that's pretty intense. But you're dealing with it. You are dealing with it. What's the Tower? Please clarify the Tower. The Tower, the Tower, the Tower. Four cards. I don't normally take it, but it looks like they're telling me a story. So at the end of the month, I said we have this collapse of a foundation, whether it's a marriage or, you know, your job or company or something very fundamental in your life. That's massive. It is because there was a Ten of Swords in reverse. So you've dealt with the betrayal and now, you know, you're dealing with, this is, I heard aftermath. This is you dealing with the aftermath. But you're done. You're at the end because now the sun is coming out. You know, you dealt with the dark, and now in comes the light. And in reverse, it means like you're just dealing with this past deceit and betrayal. So the aftermath. You needing to look at something in a different light and or feeling stuck by this scenario and or situation. Needing to heal from it. You and everybody else around you need to heal. And then the Page of Cups did come out again in the upright position. And that is towards the end of the month, you will be receiving good news. Because I think after all of this, like, bad, there is something good. There is something light. So there is something positive to come out of this. You know, and this could be the pregnancy itself. You know, a little child coming into your world or your life. This also could be, you know, you receiving good news. Or at the very end of it, you know, you're having a heart-to-heart conversation with the other person, and it seems to be healing, you know, the situation from the past betrayal and or deceit, and you just looking at it in a different perspective. These are the clarifier, guys, to the actual foundation that has collapsed and broken down. So there is healing going on here. And there is a beginning of something new where you're having heart-to-heart conversations. You're just going about it in a different tact, which is why if you go straight up the line, you had the Hierophant in reverse. Now I'm just going to pull a card from Angel Answers and see what kind of messages they have for you. Universe, Angel, Spirit Guides, what do you have for Team Taurus? I'll take that and I'll do one more shuffle. Jesus, you have a lot of messages actually. Let me grab this one. Is there another one? Yes, there was. Firstly, you need to improve health. So you guys have been either overly stressed or anxiety ridden and exhausted because you put so many heavy duty burdens on yourself. This is the card of exhaustion, physical exhaustion, physical. So some of you need to improve your health. And if you are pregnant, please take care of your health, improve your health. I heard also diet. So some of you need to watch your diet. Within the next few weeks, you are more or less probably going to be receiving this news. Because you also got the Knight of Cups here too, which is a messenger of love and or messages regarding matters of the heart, emotional issues. So you're probably more or less going to, within the next few weeks, deal with this whole entire scenario. When you speak, or when you talk, or when you do this, you know, having your chat one-on-one, be assertive. Be assertive. Be assertive in what this situation is, and you'll be fine. And don't stop. Definitely don't stop what you're doing. Because remember before I was telling you guys, oh, you know, it's like you're burdened, you're exhausted, but you're not exactly completely stuck. You're going forward. You're doing the motions. You're making the movements. And it's definitely saying whatever you're thinking about doing, don't stop doing it. So if in your mind you're thinking about having a conversation, don't stop, go ahead and do it. If you're thinking about having the baby, don't stop, go ahead and do it. Whatever it is for you guys, if you're thinking about starting your own company or a new project or a new job or a new relationship, because at the end of the day, I don't care what you say, this is an amazing omen. Do not stop. Move forward. Guys, please come back and write messages, like, subscribe, and, you know, all of the above. Check your other natal chart signs to see if they also are applicable to this. And until your mid-month, please. Bye, Taurus.